to the bit. It's always funny.
Love that interaction. All right, we're getting into this matchup here.
6-3 from both sides. I love how wildly different their 6-3 starts were.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And oh my gosh, Emiri has comp 7 garbage.
Oh no, Emiri with the misdrop.
And oh no, they got punished because now they're in 1-8.
I mean, that's what you get for getting the 6th garbage. You just deserve to get the 1-8 after that. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules.
And take, oh my gosh, that fractal.
Why are we doing that fractal? Let's not do that.
That resolved cleanly, but they didn't get what they needed.
Sharklock starting zone with a C-spin here. Love to see it.
Oh, nice float. Choosing against setting up the next C-spin with I flat.
Nice 19 zone from Shark. Let's see what Emiri has to say, and that is a 56 ulti.
They found that solve really quick. Unfortunate misdrop from Shark. Gonna make it hard to access their queen at the bottom, but they're gonna build that T-spin for another damage buffer. They do have some tankable lines, some single chunks, but choose not to. Remain as man-made as possible. And
yeah,
this zone will transition from Emiri.
Oh yeah, definitely transition from both sides here. Very nice 55 zone, 48 in response, but leaving us back to even here.
I think that L placement on Shark's side was on purpose, and I absolutely love that donation resolution that they went for. And Emiri?
Yeah, right. Pushed up at the top of the board. Like, like what?
Efficiency over everything. The phase mentality.
Efficiency over everything, stacking over the well. They go hand in hand.
I mean, you have a damage buffer. You can get away with it as long as your opponent is not abusing the rule of 2s. Emiri's actually looking...
No, wild stacking. I love it. This is very confident stacking from Emiri's side. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, Emiri's has been on the receiving ends of some pretty large rounds, so they're just going to start taking their risks as early as possible, trying to end this round as ASAP.
I love that. I love that strat.
Hold on.
That's a nice ulti solve.
The ulti.
And Shark not finding the high zone clear that they wanted here, that might put them in a bad spot. The combo find is pretty good, but Emiri's definitely trying to pressure.
Emiri in the 6-3. That is a scary sight if you're Shark right now this high. Completely up to the mercy of the Q. If
Absolutely.
You survive or not.
Yeah, no, I agreed. Shark is going to try to half zone here, but Emiri is going to try to continue this pressure, close out this round, and let's see if they're able to do it here. Mitigating all of the garbage, just keeping with that insanely fast 6-3 up stack.
And there we have it, full zone, gonna let it rip immediately and doesn't even need it. Shark is gone for this round. The APM is the DPM. I'm sorry, what?
Ridiculous from Emiri here, and I mean, that's what I meant with the more experience in this game. I'm not surprised, but this is definitely going to be hard fought from either side.
Shark is doing really well. But we are seeing some well swaps on both sides.
Yeah, nice little SCSU from Shark here.
Unfortunate sequence from Emiri. They're going to be forced to break back-to-back. The Q wells it. Oh my gosh, that's TST into side for wide.
Yeah, the side ties here from Emiri. Love to see it.
And no, that combo is not dropping. 63 and 19.
63 and 19 off of a 4 wide. Not easy to do.
Yeah, you're not allowed to drop combo. It has to be a really high combo, too. They found all of it. But Shark's just gonna shrug it off. Already found well access. Emiri is doing really nice at finding 6-3 mid-game. Just constantly in whenever possible. And I think they're trying to set up an O donation up to the mercy of Q if they get a T-piece in time. Gonna be forced to cover their well a little bit. Finds another forecast.
Yeah, Emiri starting this phase 3 zone, definitely trying to pressure. Shark has full zone. They're going to have to start it on their own side here in just a sec, and there it is.
Yeah, Shark finding some nice forecasts as well. They are gonna make it all the way down, use all of their material.
Still finding a little bit of garbage on their board, and they are continuing. I mean, see, that score is almost the exact same, but Emiri has a lot more of that man-made stack, that 3-6 set up so quickly.
Shark does get the T-piece in time, and they're able to find a 7 combo, but they're still not in the best spot.
And Emiri's just playing so confidently right now, not slowing down for anything, just completely foot on the gas pedal here with this 3-6, and that's exactly what they need to do.
The other fractal. And they're
starting the zone there. Yeah.
Oh, does have 3C. Oh no! The missed sequence. Oh,
okay, I
took something there.
But that hesitancy does allow Shark to have a full zone and a clean board here going into this. If this is if there is a place where Shark can respond to this, that misdrop, not definitely the best thing, but both players with clean boards. Odd to see in phase 3.
Very. I would like to say we're back in neutral, but Emiri is sitting on like 16 lines of pure sustain right now, so.
Right. And they've done a really good job of that, and that's what I meant by a confident play.
Like, Emiri, the fact that they could just let their intrusive thoughts win and just cascade it all down, and they're choosing to keep that sustain active for when they need it, is just such a nice decision.
Right, and that's why they're good at closing here. Like, again, one of the hardest parts of the match is closing, and they're doing a really good job managing their resources to do that. Not playing their full hand is allowing them to maintain their lead and not let it slip away.
Very true, but as we say that, these misdrops and Shark's opportunist playstyle is starting to show their fruits.
Yeah, Shark with the C-spin here, trying to turn the tides of this round. Well, Emiri is just setting up Kaidon, a TSS out of a TST setup. Not the best thing to see there. Some awkward stacking. Forced to zone.
They do have to deal with Shark pressure right now, who is setting up a lot of insane sequences.
Ooh, and a misdrop from Emiri here. Less than ideal. Working through the down stack.
It's another quarter from Emiri. Shark at max. And I don't think they're really going to need it at this point.
Taking it anyways.
I mean, now's a better time than ever. They're not going to have time anyway because they have so much in their reserves.
Emiri finds the quarter zone, is still trying to stack through this, finds the S piece that they need in time, but this is a lot of garbage impending from Shark, and that is going to be the round.
We'll put them on the board. Insane efficiency as well.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of 90% plus efficiency games from these players.
I mean, that's kind of what you come to expect with the top players of this game. Not surprised, but also still so exciting to see.
That's because it's not shocking doesn't make it any less impressive.
Exactly.
And Shark's gonna find a very nice count there. Emiri also trying to do some counting, but would rather cancel. Once again, Emiri just keeps getting column 7 garbage. Can we talk about this?
Yeah, are they like hacking or something? Like,
gotta be.
Like just absolutely like being like, hey Shen, yo, can I call in a favor?
We're gonna see the zone interaction happen right now. Shark does have the ulti, chooses against it, wants to T-spin. This has been a decision that Shark decides to make a lot, which is very interesting. Might be that experience gap coming in.
Oh, for sure. Though the experience gap isn't large here, if you do have one, you can take advantage of it.
For sure, and that is phase 3 in
yeah.
phase 2.
Phase 3 looking garbage right there on Shark's board.
And those misdrops on Emiri, they're not going to be allowed to use all the material. Their eyepieces are a little too far to edge out those extra lines, and this is going to give Shark the opportunity they need. But those misdrops are going to take that opportunity right back away from them.
Ooh, and another misstep right at the end of zone leaves Shark in a less than ideal spot. They are working through it, but they do have a lot to work through. Well, Emiri has the cleaner board.
It is true. And another quarter. And we're just gonna talk about how Emiri has found another phase 3 6-3.
Yeah, and stacking on top of the one messy line, just now barely getting garbage. This is similar to what they were able to do last time, but Shark was able to turn around. Let's see if they are able to capitalize, or if Shark finds another reversal.
You did do some mis-sequencing there, but once again, all the way at the bottom of the board, you're gonna see them enter that 6-3 again. Not good if you're Shark, but Shark is gonna be able to use all the material. And as I was saying that, I shouldn't have kept my mouth shut.
It's all your fault. Setting up a little bit of a 3-wide here to try to Hail Mary this. I don't think it's enough. Yeah.
No, it is not.
There was maybe survival if you could get the OPs to the other side of the board, but that's just literally impossible in that spot.
I think Shark might have to start incorporating some kind of timing to make sure that Emiri doesn't have as strong of a transition, because if they remain in that 6-3, it is so tough to come back. Even when you're Shark and you're really good at that survival, it's still a scary force to see Emiri just constantly churning out 140 DPM attack.
Right. Yeah, and you mentioned timing, and I do want to point out that timing is pretty difficult to get a handle on in this game. You kind of have to get used to the latency between you seeing your opponent clear on their board versus that attack actually coming through. And I think, Star, you pointed it out, like we both saw it at a LAN tournament that happened recently, just Square One, and saying that like these players aren't used to playing each other on the same ping.
Like, there were a few times where it's like, yeah, if this wasn't LAN, that would not have killed, and definitely the LAN experience gap there. And oh, Shark was not ready for the one shot. And that efficiency on both sides.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, and that's the hardest part, is finding those timings and adjusting those timings.
You're gonna discover where their well is. And Shark is going to be the one remaining in 6-3 this time. You're gonna do some tanking though. Immediately accessing their well, going all the way down.
Nice combo down stack there from Emiri.
We wanted to count, but they just weren't really allowed to. See them trying to keep their speed, and Shark is approaching the top of their board, gonna do a Z-spin. 57 attack, and back in 6-3. That post pressure is gonna be pretty scary for Emiri, who has to cancel using a 1-8 stack, which is pretty much gonna turn into a 3-wide. Not too much you can do here. They do end up fighting the Tetris.
Yeah, the 3 are not finding too much of the combo in that, but yeah, let's just DTC spin over the well. Yeah, okay, that's normal. Oh yeah, and then don't even take the, yeah, okay, that's, yeah, okay, normal things.
The fact that they can see and execute these setups at such high speed, like they're just not dropping.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely ridiculous.
Almost looks robotic, the placements here. But Shark is gonna transition, and Emiri is gonna fully overstack before they do so. We're gonna see a very quick zone end.
Very quick zone end. Shark finding themselves on top. Score difference definitely showing that as well. Shark having the advantage. Let's see if they're able to keep it, or if Emiri is able to pull a reversal on this here. And that misdrop from Emiri is like not making this easy.
They do have some target mode skims, amazing down stacks. And Shark is finding some nice efficiency.
As Emiri misdrops again.
Like, that's one thing about Shark. Like, their freestyle efficiency is insane. Like, the fact that their efficiency is able to match Emiri's 6-3 so often is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So once the second they actually
Emiri made one too many misdrops there and just slammed their spacebar.
Oh.
You know, hit him with a... That's what Emiri just did.
Emiri's gonna take their T-spin first. 2 T-spins even.
Love to see it.
And Shark with just a satisfying, completely flat attack. Here he wants to set up a donation, set up another one. Pretty risky,
Not breaking
but
back to back though. That's what they were going for there, and they do it very well.
he's been minion a T-spin double. It's a very interesting thing to go for.
Again, trying to not break back to back here, but I think that it bit them a little bit in not finding the efficiency there, and that is some pretty messy garbage for phase 2.
Yes, it is. Shark doing a nice job finding that triple clear ulti.
And Emiri is able to clean up their board, making that look like way cleaner garbage. As they do have full zone. Aggressive bottom of the board zone.
Because usually a good benchmark of zone is like 40k in order to
40K.
transition.
Yeah, and they were at 39k and they don't even go for the full zone there.
Yeah, they just thought it wasn't worth it and they were able to recognize that.
I agree there. Definitely do. I don't think that they're in the better spot of the two, but they're probably better than they were if they continued out that zone.
Yeah, they're going off of pure post pressure.
Ooh.
And they might actually be able to cancel, so you can already see that they've reached the zone chunks.
Yeah.
They're gonna have
yeah, they do cancel
in their back pocket overcharge due to their quick end earlier. Definitely that timing coming to fruition.
Yeah, and Emiri up at the top of the stack, getting a little bit of pressure from Shark here as they do set off a TST. And Emiri is forced to take that full zone. There's that T piece fine, but that's not where you want to be. And this is back at tied.
Very amazing play from Shark there. Once again, that freestyle efficiency is absolutely ludicrous. The second they do get an advantage, always gonna be scary. 6-3 from both sides. Shark's gonna be forced to waste an eye. Looking for the donation, does cycle the J overhang in time. Will not have to do any risky tanking. We have seen that Shark is not a fan of said risky tanks that more comfortable TC players are used to. And those T-spins from Emiri. No ulti, but that is still 58 damage, nothing to scoff at.
Yeah, Shark setting up this donation here to start off this zone. Definitely trying to defend this incoming.
Oh my gosh, what an overhang.
Bold decision, I love
Finding
it.
those T-spins all the way up top. Like, Shark is a player who has no intentions of, like, getting high clears. Like, if it happens, it happens. They're gonna keep that efficiency no matter what.
And I honestly love the energy.
Always interesting to see. And yeah, Emiri's very eye dependent here and is gonna have to use their 3/4 zone and not even transition, which might actually be better for them. So
right, I see in chat, Emiri burnout. I mean, that's a very good point. These have been some long sets we've seen them play, and sometimes, like, your hands just hurt. Like, it's not easy.
Yeah, and being in the loser side, they're gonna have to play a lot of matches back to back if they do end up taking this one, so we might see a bit more of that. A little scary. And Shark just kept finding those TSTs. Able to count to 4. 38 coming in from Shark, and Emiri is completely clean, but the sequence doesn't seem to like them. They find the eyepiece when they need it, though. And that's going to be 52 in returning fire. Sharkbox, I think they did some panicking there, because they already had it canceled, but the timing just looked off.
Yeah, timing looking off there for sure. Emiri is able to work through this. Both players in a similar spot on their board. This comes down to who is able to stack better, and Emiri with some awkward stacking here. Not the great place to start off, and that might be it for the round.
I think that's desync. Okay, no, it's not. I was a little scared there.
Yeah, no, I think that was just them accepting their fate, maybe shaking out their hands a little bit if the fatigue is what's getting to them.
That is a good time to stretch.
Yeah.
But that is match point Shark. We're going to have to hope that that maneuver from Emiri is going to prove useful enough. Very interesting eye placements from Shark. I think they're just straight up sprint stacking, but they decide to remember that they do have an opponent, so they can't be that greedy.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can be pretty greedy once you have a quarter zone, though. I mean, you kind of shouldn't, but you can, yeah?
It is an option at varying success. He's gonna find their 9-0 well. Ooh, it switches. But looks like a much more favorable switch. They got the count to 4, so a really nice zone time. And Shark is still in 6-3, forecasting so many T-spins, but they are double eye dependent right now, so they are at the mercy of their Q. I don't think they were ready for it. And yeah, that's gonna be compromised.
Yeah, both players a little bit at the mercy of their Q there, but Shark was in the worst spot. They are able to find the quarter zone and the down stack in time, so they will be fine for there. They do still have the score advantage going into looking at this phase 3.
Shark is going to find their down stack first, but Emiri is still keeping that efficiency, so they're not making it easy. Yeah, every single time Shark clears a line, it's like immediately replaced, kind of like Hydra heads.
No, I like that analogy. I like it. I'm guessing Shark is going to start this zone soon here.
Probably looking to find this final well access beforehand, and like right now, yeah.
Yeah.
45 on the transition from Emiri. They did have a bit of pre-pressure to deal with. Oh my god, the Iverhang!
It's the Iverhang!
Oh my god! It's real! But style points don't equal real points. Emiri is completely clean, able to find a C-spin at the bottom of their board. Has the entire quarter advantage as well. It's scary for Shark, but with that quicker zone end, you might be able to give yourself some more time. Oh, that looks like a T-spin donation, but this full zone's gonna be hard to come by. The literal secret grade, can we talk about that?
Yeah, right? Do you see that?
Yeah. Zigzag.
And the copy into it is amazing. Okay, so that's a zone chunk coming in on Shark's board.
We might be out of here.
Yeah, oh my god.
Greedy STSD.
Oh my god, the STSD to exit zone is so good.
They're gonna be using their final quarter here, but better that than dying. That is still an entire bar worth of material, and there is no overcharge. They just used their zone.
Yeah, Emiri trying to drag this to match point, doing a great job so far. That is a very strong stack. Again, not using their material. There's that combo down stack. Yeah, they're trying to close that out, and I think they find that close.
Like, it is not often you see Emiri try and cascade their material. They were confident that they had something there. And we're gonna see them build it right back up while Shark is in zone.
Ooh, I don't know if I agree with that zone use there from Emiri instead of pressuring, because that's gonna give Shark a little bit of time here, but I still think that this is gonna be a clean zone, and they are probably gonna be able to close out with it.
Shark has been doing a very nice job of surviving. They have literally been on quarter zone duty for the last minute and a half.
Yeah, a misdraft from Shark there does put them on the back foot, or continue them on the back foot, I guess. Emiri is setting up a TST tower, trying to deal with this. Don't know if the TST tower is necessary, because I do think that is the end of the round, and we are going to be at tiebreaker.
Very tense matches we have here. All right, 6-3 gaming. Oh my god.
The PC from both sides. Hello?
Love to see it when both players just share vision like that. Just, yeah, this is the optimal play. There's no question about it. Chat is starting to predict that Emiri is locked in, and with that TST tower attempt,
Emiri with the TST tower misdirection, maybe not locked.
I mean, that's definitely a sign of confidence, though.
True, true.
Shark's got a really nice board state here. Gonna be forced to break back-to-back. This is one of the better T-spin mania to TSD conversion life smooth. And they are gonna send Emiri 2 lines, so that's something.
Yeah, with such a strong zone, definitely hoping to send more there, but Emiri holding up the defense here with this STSD, continuing on with this. This is such good pacing from both players right now.
Shark is about to speed run this phase 3 entry, and it's likely going to be zoneless.
Yeah, for sure. The zoneless phase 3 entry is something we're looking at
Wait,
here.
Emiri had max though.
Emiri had max zone, started that before. Shark does make the zoneless transition a reality here.
Wait, Shark didn't decide to overstack. They're zoning from the bottom in phase 3. Very ballsy play, especially in a tiebreaker situation. Will it pay off?
Yeah, this is definitely risky here. They are working through this zone pretty well, but they're kind of at the mercy of the Q, and there's a PC!
It's paying off. 65 and 18.
The PC right there allows Shark to... Wow, that was RNG. That was 100% RNG, but that was amazing.
But they got it. It happened.
That was the risk of all time right there. As Shark is going into this 3 wide here to try to continue with the pressure.
And I don't think Emiri was ready for that. Look at they're at the mercy of their Q right now, and it's just not agreeing.
Yeah, but luckily Shark had a little bit of a misdrop that slowed them down, and that's what's allowing Emiri to come back here, and that might turn the tides here.
The pendulum swings the other way. Shark is now on the complete back.
Emiri did an amazing job turning this around. Let's see if they're able to close it back, or close it out, or if Shark claws their way back here.
Ooh, Sharkbox went for the count. Gonna go for another count. Has another T-spin. But Emiri's got the max. Low enough to where Shark might have an opportunity to gain some time. But oh, Emiri ends early by taking the side placements.
Shark slowing down, trying to think about their placements here.
Oh my gosh. Shark has
Oh my god, this is insane.
Oh, never mind. I forgot that Emiri does have the decision to cascade all their material.
Yeah, definitely trying to close it out. Both players have, but it's not easy to do.
Yeah, we definitely got to give Shark a lot of credit for the amount of survival shenanigans they've been doing across this entire tournament.
For sure.
And Emiri at the mercy of their Q. Gets her T-piece a little bit too late. Shark sees the end. Those are the zone chunks.
Yeah, that's the end, and it's still coming onto the board here. Shark has a
Another
quarter zone that's
quarter.
gonna save them, and that
Oh,
misdrop
no, the
might
misdrop.
just actually be the end of it.
And
Yeah, that's
gonna
it.
confirm it. All of that effort to be taken away by a couple misdrops in true
Wow.
Tetris fashion.
And that
What a
was
set.
such an exciting tiebreaker to see right there.